There we are. Because you perfect time.
Yeah.
I don't know if an edgy vibe in for the start of the show. I feel like there's an edgy vibe in the studio. Would you agree?
Yeah. I know you gotta scratch it. Sorry, guys.
Okay, you can dig live if you want to.
No, not on camera. That's nasty.
It's gross.
Don't be digging.
I agree.
Nasty anytime.
It's not good.
No. Good evening.
Enchantment. Cool Gamer, Lisa Hamilton, Cursed with Curiosity, Blissfulness, Mary Gross, Miss Tonge, Messy Jessie.
Hey,
Good
everyone.
afternoon, everybody.
We said
How's
it-
everybody doing?
We said it at the same time.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I tell you what, it was a busy week in the Summer Wells case, was it not? Let's start off with the one thing that just I find wild. Okay, can we do that?
Let's do it. Whatever it is, let's do it.
Can we do that?
Yeah. What is it?
This. I swear that looks like a 12 to 14-year-old to me.
Do you guys think it kind of looks like summer, maybe a little bit? I know a kid's features change a lot, but I don't think the time frame of a 7-year-old. I don't think it looks like no 7-year-old. Do you? It looks older. She looks older than
I
Taylor.
think she looks way older than her daughter. And that's supposed to just be 2 years, 7 years old. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. And the other thing that I don't really see either is it looks like to me they went off that picture for the hair length and all that. I don't know. In 2 years, her hair could be much longer than that, even with it shaved beneath, right? Because you can grow 6 inches a year, I think.
Yeah.
So she could have a foot. She could have 12 inches of hair.
All right, they just did it the same length.
They went with that style. I don't know, man. I just don't feel it. It's not a correct age range, in my opinion. I don't think so either, man. That does not make me think 7 years old. That kid looks
12.
much younger.
Probably like
or
12
older.
to 14, maybe.
I would say a solid 11, 12.
Yeah.
At the youngest, 11. I don't see a 7-year-old when I look at that.
But the good thing is, they did do that. They did put something else out, you know. So.
Well, it's good because her name's out there too. You
Yeah.
know? But I'm not feeling the sketch. Looks at least 11 to 12 years old. That's what I'm saying, man. I just do not feel it at all. When I seen it, I was just like, I don't see it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Because in the videos we seen in the pictures of Summer right before she went missing, she didn't look like she did here in the Christmas shot either. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't have much faith in it. I don't feel it. I just don't. Yeah.
No, do they actually somebody sketches it, or do they use a computer program that does that? I wonder.
Probably
they
a
do that.
computer program, I
Yeah.
would say. Like I said, it looks like Rose.
Yeah, it kind of does.
I think it looked like, for some reason, I see more of Candace in that.
Yeah, I do too a little bit. Maybe they look at the mom and dad when they do. Well, I don't know if that would
They
be
should take a ton of stuff
Yeah.
into
consideration,
I would think.
bone
Right.
structure, and a bunch of stuff. So.
I'm sure the science is pretty advanced, though, but I have a hard time thinking that's a 7-year-old. I don't know what it is. I can't get over it, you know?
Mm-mm.
But that was apparently what the hubbub was when they said that there'd be an update.
I know. I'm like, what? I was like excited. I'm like, maybe we'll get something new.
I was so let down when I found out that was what the update was.
We got something new, a picture. That's not an update, really.
I was hoping for some update on some progress.
Yeah, me too.
That we didn't get.
Nope.
But also, in the last week, since we've seen y'all, right, there have been other occurrences. Dawn's had him a big interview on WJHL. We got some of that. How many people seen that?
I listened to it. It's kind of creepy to me.
He says some weird stuff. I got notes. We're gonna play some of it in a minute. But I think Dawn definitely. Did you shut that? Ghost in here shut my notebook, man.
I don't think I did.
There it is. Yeah. The interview's weird. Here, let's play a minute of it real quick.
Let's do it.
I got it right here. We'll play this version for a second.
Details they can publicly release. But we have team coverage tonight. Clarice Shaley is at a vigil to help find Summer and honor other missing people.
But first, we'll go to Ansley Daniel, who spoke with Don Wells, Summer's father. Ansley, you've been tracking this case from the start.
Yeah, Josh and Sarah, here we are 2 years later, still trying to find out what happened to Summer. And tonight, her father is seeking some answers of his own.
I'm just having to put my faith completely in God and know that He has a better plan. And that's pretty much where I'm at. My wife is still struggling.
A lot has changed for the Wells family over the last 2 years since their daughter Summer went missing from their Beach Creek home in Hawkins County.
Social media have come out, and protested at my job, everywhere we go, and so it's hard for us to get any work or anything in Eastern Tennessee.
Wells says he and his wife Candace have been in Arkansas on and off for the last few months, where he's been working in construction. He also says they've been working with the Department of Children's Services there to get their 3 older sons back. They've been in Tennessee DCS custody since the month after Summer was reported missing.
I think they're scared of our house because of what happened, and is one of the issues, so we would like to buy another house here in Arkansas.
The house he's referring to on Ben Hill Road is where his daughter went missing from.
We couldn't understand what happened to Summer. The police couldn't understand, and they were questioning us. At times they were hard on us, and other times they weren't. It just depending on, what police agency was there at the time.
2 years later, he and Candace have no clues as to where Summer is.
We try to bounce things off of each other all the time. We might have talks about, some of the drug activity that was going on at the time and was going on right after her disappearance for quite a while. But yeah, there's nothing new.
Don says the family stays in touch with law enforcement through their private investigators.
About 2 months ago, they talked to our private investigators, and the FBI did, and they shared what they could with us. But they're just trying to come up with any new information or leads that they possibly could, and so far, we just haven't been able to come up with anything.
As 2 years pass with no new information publicly released, Dawn says the emotional toll is weighing on the family, especially Candace.
She's been burnt by so many people that want to, supposedly, interview her or help and stuff, and then basically turn on her in every imaginable way. She's been hurt deeply by these kind of things, plus the thought of, we lost our daughter, and, our boys are in custody also with the CPS.
He says they haven't been able to talk to their sons.
Well, at first we were allowed to talk to them and everything, but we haven't been able to talk to them for about 6 months, no contact or anything like that. And that's all we want to do, is be able to tell them that we love them and we're rooting for them, and we're working on, things to, get them back.
Hope is hard to hold on to after all this time, but Don says he's clinging to faith.
Whatever the outcome is, I have hope in God, and one day, either sooner or later, I will be with my daughter again.
I've reached out to the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, the TBI, the FBI, and the Wells family's private investigators. They all declined an interview, but the TBI did answer some questions via email. Those answers, however, don't bring us any closer to knowing what happened to Summer. Josh, Sarah?
Why is she being all shady? And like, I reached out, TBI did answer some more questions, but I don't think it's anything that would be helpful. So I'm not going to share that.
Yeah, really.
It looks like to me that WJHL's running defense for the Wells. That was about the anniversary, and all they talked about was bullshit.
Victim.
Right?
Doll. It was a victim.
I thought number one was interesting. I guess he's saying they're moving to Arkansas, right? And is he trying to say that the CPS in Arkansas is going to help him get the boys from the CPS in Tennessee?
I don't know. I didn't understand that. I was thinking before I watched this, I'm like, I bet he'll play like all religious and stuff like that, like he usually does.
Like he opened up.
Yeah, that's one side of him. Then we know the other side of him, right?
Yeah, I got clips saved, put away.
How do you have both? Like, I don't get it. Like the good devil on one side, or the God on one side and the devil on the other, I guess.
The angel on one shoulder
There you
and
go.
the devil on the
There you
other.
go. I couldn't think about it, but that's what I was thinking of.
We knew what you meant.
Yeah, so.
I think he's got like 4 devils and 1 angel over there, just like, please, Dawn, not again.
Yeah, but at least he does have one rooting for him. He can change. I know he's old,
Yeah.
but
That little Don's got like a little skinny ass, like rundown angel, man. Dude's in bad shape, running out of steam, been fighting for years. And that other shoulder's got like
4 or 5 devils.
4 or 5 big buff, well put together demons on that side. Do it, Dawn. Come on, Dawn, not again. What happened last time?
That's about true. I believe. There's a lot of contradictions, in my opinion. Don't you think?
I don't get what he's trying to insinuate with the
CPS.
He's working with Arkansas CPS to get the boys back from the Tennessee CPS. I don't think it works like that, does it?
But then he came out and said the boys don't want to come home. We're okay with that almost.
See, that's what I don't get, man.
We let them go.
I laid eyes on a couple different things where it was pretty much said the boys are gone, that's done, they didn't want to come back. We're letting them go because we think it's best for them out of love to give them a better life. And now he's on WJHL saying we got Arkansas CPS helping us to fight for the boys. I'm so confused by all that.
Yeah.
Well, it's either one or the other. It can't be both. So which is it?
And Candace's ex-friend, she came out and said they told them not to be on for YouTube or they would not get their voice back.
Yeah.
So, and I see how that would be true, you know, but it causes a lot of drama, really.
It's wild.
And that's what they're doing now. They're back on YouTube. You guys know for a while they did stop, right? For a little while. That might have been one of the reasons they were hoping to get them back.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. Now, the second thing to take out of that, he says, when it come to the police and questioning, sometimes they were hard on him, sometimes they wasn't, depending on which agency it was. So, that makes you wonder. So I get the idea he's trying to insinuate one agency was really easy on him. I just wonder which one that is.
I don't know.
Because he seemed at the beginning to have the problem, or remember at the beginning, maybe somebody else can answer this. Near the beginning, he said he would only deal with one. Was it Hawkins County? He said he was only going to deal with.
I remember it's one, not the other one. Do you guys know which one he said he would deal with now? He got mad at the other ones. Was it FBI or Hawkins County?
I can't remember, but he said there. He says, sometimes police were hard on him, sometimes they wasn't. Some were cool, some wasn't. I'd like to know who's who, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
I get the feeling. I don't know. Hawkins County was probably the easiest on him.
Yeah. My opinion, it's 2-year update of your missing daughter. The whole interview, you talk about yourself. Poor you, poor Candace. He didn't talk much about Summer. Summer, if you're out there, we miss you. We're still looking for you, Summer. I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
It's poor us. We can't find a job. Poor us. Candace is having a hard, which Candace might be having a hard time.
Also in that interview, Dawn brings up drug activity. Want to insinuate that I have a feeling. Now, when that was filmed, had Fred Hill? Yeah, Fred Hill had already gotten into trouble, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So he loves that because that's a direction he can go with. That could have something to do with why Summer's missing.
Drug activity at his house. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the one that told us the stories of him passing out free drugs. Come on.
He goes to thinking about or talking about the drug activity, and then that brings you back to Ronnie's classic moment when he denies a drug problem in the county.
There's a big drug problem.
It makes you wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Is Ronnie going easier on them because Ronnie
knows something
and he's ignoring the big drug problem in the county? Could they all be tied together?
You never know.
You would think so if you loved conspiracy theories, because they try to make it seem like that almost sometimes, don't they?
Yeah, definitely.
But I got more of the feeling when Don was talking about it, he was talking about the drug activity as a way to throw some
shade somewhere else.
Yeah, throw shade that could have something to do with something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We know how Don rolls, right? Oh, then he says his PIs talked to the FBI. Now,
private investigators that they usually talk with other agencies. They might, but
I don't know. I'm not going to say they didn't, but can you see his PIs going in and being like, all right, we figured it out.
What you got?
We think it was an animal attack.
That's what they thought.
The FBI be sitting there, they'd be like,
what?
Because that's what their theory was the last time I heard.
Yeah.
Scooby and Shaggy, his PIs, they thought that was animal attack.
It was a bad theory, in my opinion.
Unless they have some evidence that nobody's ever seen or heard of.
Yeah.
I don't know how they could have come up with an animal attack.
Yeah.
Some random ass animal got through a pack of 20 dogs to Summer. It makes no sense.
She would be screaming.
There'd be signs.
Yeah. Remember?
Evidence.
Candace was only 2 minutes, away from Summer. She would have heard her scream.
It seems odd that FBI talks to PIs. When the FBI ain't the lead on the case, you would think
they would talk to Hawkins County.
Well, no, TBI's.
Sorry, TBI. That's what I meant. So there's TBI, then FBI, then Hawkins County.
Right. And Don's PIs.
Yeah.
Don PI.
You know, I was thinking, gosh, I would love to be in the room when Candace and Don is throwing around different ideas of what could have happened, wouldn't y'all? I'd love to hear that conversation. He was talking about that. Him and Candace, you know, they have conversations about different theories or what could have
Hear
happened.
their theories.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that, what they think. You think they really do that?
No.
Me either.
They spend their time probably like,
Mm-hmm.
could be bugged.
Or, Candace, you were with her that day. What really happened to her, Don? Don might be doing that, and
It
we
could
don't
be
know.
that. We don't know.
Hey,
You know?
he's still supporting his wife. I'll give him that.
That's what it'd be with me. Now, let me hear this one more time.
Yeah.
You're telling me. I don't think that's.
Me, I want every detail. I'm really nosy.
Oh, and this part is where we're into the video where he starts talking about the effect all this YouTube's had on him and Candace. And it's like he goes on with that for a minute, and then it's like he remembers, and he's like, and we've lost a daughter and our 3 sons. Didn't that feel like to you like he was just adding that you could tell the part that was bothering him was the Candace getting betrayed by everybody. I'm sorry, but when you think that somebody on YouTube is your friend and you are in a situation like they're in, you have got to really, I want to say, be pretty gullible to have had it happen this many times, because they still don't realize it seems like a lot of people have ulterior motives.
Yeah.
And they've been through quite a few people already.
Yeah, and they talk so bad about YouTubers, and they're still on YouTube to this very day. Probably today. They've been on somebody's channel, I'm sure.
Wow, it's wild, man.
So, I don't know. It could have been a better interview to me, you know, talking about Summer, their daughter, the real issue.
Yeah.
Not about them being victims, which they are victims if somebody really took her, you know, but
they could be victims. I'm just saying that it didn't go down.
No, like they're
that.
saying. Yeah.
That's the bad thing is, you know, I mean, they could be. And if that's the case, that's awful for anybody to lose their children like that. But I'm not going to act like they were parents of the year for nobody.
Heck no. And Candace is lying about the timeline. Definitely.
That's the best case scenario as far as their involvement is Candace is just lying about the timeline.
Way off.
To make herself look better. Which it could be, because you could tell that's what her interest was right off the bat. When the story was made up, it was to make her seem like such a good person. I was planting flowers. I was walking my kid to the door out here in the boondocks.
Only 2 minutes.
It seems like whoever made the story up had went through a real effort to make Candace look as good as possible. And that could be that Candace has made the story up and Dawn maybe don't know.
Yeah.
That's still a possibility at this point.
And maybe she's just hiding that part from everybody, the story.
I don't know.
But anyways, I think like the people they were around and surrounded themselves with, you know, they're guilty of hanging around some bad people, in my opinion, and having bad people around Summer. And that would make her more of a victim, you know, different possibilities. People that could came into her life to do something with that.
Right. Well, Summer, her environment was so much more high risk because of decisions made by the parents.
Yeah.
she stood so much more of a chance of getting hurt than a average kid for different reasons, you know.
You got
a bunch of non-biological males around the place.
half of them predators, probably.
The family history. I mean, you can go a million different directions. Summer was in such a high-risk environment. It's crazy.
Drugs, alcohol, parental guidance, and them just not watching her all the time.
And every one of those little things, you can find a statistic that makes it horrible for children to be around it. All the way from, you know, the people in the family to the drugs, statistics of drugs being around other crime is huge. You know, it all ties in together, and it makes the environment just
and you know, the environment's bad. They took the boys from them. You know, that tells you a lot there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and we still don't know the exact reason that all started. All we hear is Dawn's version of it, because the privacy and all that. Who knows? Who knows what that could have originally been about?
Yeah.
You know?
We don't know the truth.
Yeah. We don't. I think his story about getting him playing on the roof and celebrating being off of DHS radar that day, I think that was bullshit for sure.
You think he knows too, even if he says stuff about the DHHR and the CPS, they can't really talk about the case, you think? Like they can't come out and make a statement, or can they?
Who?
The CPS.
See, I don't know.
See, I don't know either. I don't get how that works.
I would think the privacy would be really strict until they're adults at least, and you know, who knows? You know, I don't know. But Don he kills me with all that. I tell you, he looks odd to me with his new look too. The light brown hair.
He looked better before, I think.
Yeah, it looks odd, don't it? He says there's been no contact with the boys for 6 months.
There's a reason for that. Y'all.
No contact.
What the reason is, I don't know. Y'all might know.
I don't get why he keeps bringing up the boys when I'm telling y'all, like, I seen on Can site people talking about how brave they are for letting them go and all this, and now on WJHL he's back to saying that.
He forgets his lies, I think.
It's really strange that he went from one polar opposite back to the other again, ain't it? Says they're still working on it, and then he ends with his famous, he will see Summer one day.
On this side or the other side or something like that, he said. He had to bring that into it. I'd be like, I'll see her one day. You don't have to say, you know. I would never want to think that way about my kid, that she's gone.
So after seeing that, I thought, you know, me and Brandy hadn't watched hardly anything about the Summer's Day event, right? So we thought what we would do to see what was going down on Summer's Day is tune into our new favorite show here at JDTC, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because there's been a new episode. I thought we should tune in to our new favorite show to see what's going on Summer's Day. And happened to be a new episode of Daisy of Our Lives.
Yay.
And this episode just so happened to be filmed on Summer's Day. Right?
Yep.
So even though the Dawn WJHL interview was more about him and Candace, I thought what we'll do is we'll hop on over to Daisy of Our Lives, catch an episode, and we will find out what's going on Summer's Day, right? Even the title said Summer's Day. So let's tune in. Are you excited?
Yeah, I am.
See what's going on Summer's Day.
Y'all know that Don's been out of work and they've had a hard time. And Candace has never asked me to do this, but I'm going to put her Cash App out. This is by my own means because her and Don are having some struggles right now. He had to come in to do the interviews and everything to Rogersville and to check on the property, and he's not been able to work. So if anybody could contribute to help them out a little bit until they can get on their feet, that would be much appreciated. They've not asked me to do this. I'm doing this on my own, and you know, I'm doing this to help out if anybody wants to help.
Can you believe that?
That's what we get here for Summer's Day.
Oh, when I seen that, man, I was like, I don't give a shit what else is on here. I'm not watching another minute. I've seen all I need to see. That was on Summer's Day. The title of it was Summer's Day, and that's what you're spending your time on.
Donating money to the parents for who knows what. That's crazy.
I said, hell with it. I ain't watching no more.
Yep.
Not even to make a gag. It's not worth it.
I didn't get past there either. I'm like, what?
I was like, you got to be shitting me, man.
Maybe like, let's take up some money to do something positive. You know? Put up a billboard with her new picture on it. That would be a good idea. Her age regression picture. Make a billboard with her new picture, you know.
Yeah, that'd be a positive thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, that ain't what was going on over there. New. Can y'all believe that?
Yeah, I can't. Really.
I can actually. But I still, it kind of got under my skin. After that, we need to pick me up. I feel like I put a bad vibe on us from that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Y'all ready for a pick me up? Who wants a good laugh? Who's down for a chuckle? We got our funny TikTok of the week.
Let's see it. He's got to find it, y'all.
I've lost it.
Lost
Never mind.
it.
It's down here. Here we go.
John's become a TikTok watcher.
This is hilarious. You're in for quite a laugh.
I'm really shy. I don't really know what I'm doing. Did I do it right? I'm really shy. I don't really know what I'm doing. Did I do it right?
Poor little hamster. He didn't know what it was doing. You think that's funny, huh?
I thought that was the funny. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. That may have been a tad inappropriate, but it was the funniest thing I've seen this week. I seen that, man, and showed it to Brandy, and Brandy after
like,
her.
Oh my.
Yeah. Now you laugh.
Yeah, I did laugh.
If it passes the Brandy laughs too, it's Brandy looks guilty just as it. Yeah, Brandy blushed when we played it, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
That is so funny, ain't it?
Poor little hamster didn't know how to drink water.
It had that thing back in the back of its head, didn't it?
I guess their cheeks are so big because they can store food, I'm assuming. They got a lot of extra skin there.
So they can store nuts.
Shut up.
What? It was
They
a
do.
chipmunk, right?
No, it was a hamster. I don't know what it was, actually.
Oh.
It might have been a hamster. I don't know. I get guinea pigs and hamsters mixed up. Guinea pigs are the bigger ones.
I'm really shy. I don't really know what I'm doing. Did I do it right?
I think it was hamster.
I don't know. That looked like a hamster, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that thing was little as hell, wasn't it? Hamster. They store nuts. Told you.
I know they do, but
No, you didn't. You was like, they do not.
I told you they stored shit in their cheeks, not nuts. Food.
Oh, that is so funny, man. The first time I seen that, I almost peed myself. I tell you though, I'm starting to get worried. Like I've seen the funniest shit there is to see, and maybe it's all downhill from here.
Well, on TikTok.
Yes, because I had that's the.
I don't know. I'm sure there's more funny stuff on there.
That was so funny though when I seen that. Don Straw's bit. Oh, that would make a sweet meme, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. Then I did find something that me and Brandy seen this a while back, and I always thought this was creepy. I want to show y'all. A lot of people's, don't think like somebody would kill somebody and then do news interviews and stuff. This is an example.
Yeah, we've seen this the other day. I'm like, yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah, this happened. It looks like it's been a while back by everybody's dress and stuff. But this dude actually had killed somebody. He just discovers that their body had been found while doing this interview.
I might have seen it before. It was his next door neighbor.
Yeah, check this out.
Neighbor. No one has seen her since Saturday. No one's heard from her since. I haven't seen anything. I mean, I've always heard noise outside, but it's just people walking by pretty much. We were both JD students. We graduated back in May.
What kind of person was she? I mean, what did you see her?
I mean, she's as nice as can be. I mean, the only thing we can think is that maybe she went out running and someone snatched her.
That's where they had recovered the body or whatever they recovered from there.
Body?
Had you seen anything there? Had you seen anything there? I mean, we don't know if this is the same person. You know what I mean? Like, they took out a body there earlier. We don't know if it's the same person or not. So that's how we're trying to ask people if they know who lived there. Are you okay, sir?
I think I need to sit down.
Okay.
That looked like acting to me.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't it to you?
I don't know if he was acting like, oh no, they found her. Oh shit, I might be in trouble now. Y'all should go back and watch that. I think there is an episode on Forensic Files or ID or something of the story. But he stalked the girl. It was his neighbor.
Yeah.
Has been creeping around her apartment and everything else. And
Hadn't he been in her apartment before while she was either asleep or wasn't there or both? I don't know.
I think he set up a camera in there, if I'm not mistaken, because they found pictures. So.
Oh, they're saying he dismembered her.
Mm-hmm. And found her.
He killed that girl, his neighbor.
Yep.
But I thought it was weird. He said he thinks maybe she was running and somebody snatched her.
Yeah.
Makes me think of maybe she went out to her swing and somebody grabbed her.
That just shows you guilty people can do interviews just fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because a lot of people actually believe that is like a defense. Oh, they wouldn't be on YouTube if they were guilty. And there's one dude, that guy from, I want to say, I can't remember what country it is. Maybe y'all can help me out, but I think he had killed his daughter and done something horrible to his other daughter, and he was on the news like a ton of times before he got busted.
What would make you think somebody didn't do it? Somebody on the news frequently. I think that's what they're thinking in their mind, but And
that one guy that did that, somebody had told me Ward Weaver was his name. Remember the one where the two girls went missing going to the bus stop? Two different girls, and it turned out they were friends with his daughter, and he had one of them in the freezer, and he had gotten both of them. You don't remember that?
I think I do, yeah.
He was on the news a lot. There was quite a few interviews with him in it.
Yeah, y'all seen the father that was on there with Nancy Grace and about his son been missing, and then they found the son in the basement while he's on the air with doing the interview. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was creepy.
Yeah.
He was alive though. They had tied him up or something in the basement and hit him. I don't know why they were doing it, but they found him while he was doing the interview with Nancy Grace. And Nancy Grace like, guess what? They just found your son in the basement. He's like, I was done.
He's like, oh, what? This is the greatest news ever. We know you're in on it. We're on their way to get you, bro. I remember that. That was cool. Well, it wasn't cool, but
yeah, creepy.
Yeah. That is wild, ain't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I forgot to download my Fred Hill video. But Fred Hill, at first, the website said his bond was like $2.5 million. Turns out it was only $25,000. But it was for distribution, and it was for it seemed like whatever the charge is for making something. What is that?
Manufacturing.
Manufacturing, yes. So
he's a big druggie. Shady people. More shady people around.
If you know how to manufacture meth, you are a pretty significant crime figure, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay? Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Fred Hill's also the one that said he thought Candace had another baby that nobody knew about.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think Fred Hill, it's interesting, but it's got me thinking it don't have shit to do with it because Dawn acted like that.
Yeah.
For Dawn to be throwing some stuff in that direction makes me think he's just trying to get it off of them. Right?
Yeah.
Because I know that's what his remark was about.
Even the $25,000 bond, it's a little bit up there, right? Or no?
I don't think it's that high because he had a record. And those are, I mean, manufacturing, and he must have, I'm thinking he had a good bit of it for him to have a manufacturing charge.
Who knows? He might just have like a little set off Amazon or something. He bought, put together.
$225,000 for a $50,000 total.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was for each charge. Don't it make you wonder?
Yeah, that's an evil drug. So.
I don't know how that would tie in to Summer though.
Just more creepy people in that area, pretty much. More, illegal crimes going around in that area. More shady people in that area that might have seen her, grabbed her. You never know.
I'm starting to think maybe they made it home and
Candace passed out.
Went somewhere.
Yeah.
And Grandis had taken a nap, and when they got back, something had happened. Maybe even she was gone at that point, right?
Maybe.
Because I get the feeling when she says, if nothing would happen to her as long as I'm around, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was a slip.
Maybe.
Couldn't it have been?
Or maybe she just doing her regular thing and not paying attention on her phone for an hour or two. Like a normal day, and she just got away that day. And they couldn't find her.
Was it one of Fred Hill's charges for providing a residence for manufacturing?
It might have been.
I thought it was manufacturing and possession. Like a lot.
I didn't look. I don't know.
I don't know. It was 2 drug-related offenses, $50,000 total cash bond. Which, if it's $50,000, you got to come up with 10%.
Mm-hmm.
I think is the way the bondsman works.
$5,000. 50,000 together.
$5,000.
That's still a lot of money, though.
It's a lot to come up with at one time, Because the bonds, I don't know. Does the bondsman? Because I know like they'll talk about taking people's shit. So do they take collateral?
Maybe.
Or do they? You have to give them cash. You reckon?
I've never been in jail.
I haven't either. I've never had to have a bondsman.
So I don't know. I'm not a criminal.
No.
No, not really.
It'd help out if you was.
I'm a smart criminal.
Yeah, I've never been caught. Never been caught. See, and that's what gets me with Dawn and Candace's their record. Well, Candace's ain't. Candace ain't really got a record.
Mm-mm.
Dawn, however, is littered with arrests. How is he getting away? It's amazing, ain't it?
He don't learn either. Them people helping donate money toward his fine. That I don't know, really gets to me.
Yeah.
Let's take up a donation and pay his fine off, y'all.
I've never heard of no shit like that, man.
That's one way you learn money, your pocket. Money in your pocket. That makes a lot of people learn their lesson. Not him, probably. Even if he had to pay it, he probably wouldn't learn the lesson, would he?
And I was thinking about this the other day too. Is like on TikTok, there's people that get on there and just bum. They're just like, "Hey, I need $30. Somebody give me $30." And they do that. And I'll be damned. I was like, yeah, but that's on TikTok. People, I don't see how you can do that in real life. I was getting a tire today. And this woman tells the guy, she's like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" He comes back in, he's telling the other dudes, and I overhear him, he's like, "You don't believe this." And I was like, "What?" She told me she didn't have no money, but she needed 4 tires and wanted to know if I would donate them. I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Get this. For a 2022 F-150, how in the hell can you afford an $80,000 truck but want somebody to give you some tires for it? Ain't that weird?"
I wonder how she's wanting to donate.
I don't know. Dude walked in. He's just like, "I don't give a damn what she wanted. That's $1,000 giving her shit."
That's crazy.
At the tire place.
Some women think they can do anything. So.
Could you walk up and
No.
That's a lot of money, man. Seriously though. I
think she was? I guess she was serious.
She was serious. He told her, or she told dude. He said she had like a hard luck story about losing her job, and I'm like, I don't know. That's just all crazy because them trucks are damned expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it just seems so weird for a woman to come in and do.
And this is a little tire business,
Yes.
They can't be donating like that.
Yes, he's a great dude. He's been here ever since we've been here.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever have like a flat tire, he has a spare in every size that'll get you around till you can get you a new one, right? And I felt so bad for him. I was like, and you could tell the guy probably, if he could afford it, it would have probably helped the woman. But I just think it's dirty of people. Somebody with a truck that damn nice asking for free tires.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous to me.
I'd say maybe like, "Oh, my tire just popped. I don't have a spare. Do you have any like old tires or something like that?" But not no 4 new ones. I wouldn't even want to ask that, really. I'd be like, "I have $5. Just one used tire. Come on." I couldn't even do that probably. Not 4 brand new ones.
I don't know. I just thought that was so strange because I thought the TikTok thing, I find that really odd that people get on there and do that.
Some people don't care to do stuff like that. Like, I can't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't be a bum, I don't think.
Yeah, I just couldn't, And they don't do anything either. They just like one dude had a sign that was like, "I need $30 for gas." And he just sit there and watch the people scroll, and every other one of them, "Get a job, you could have already made that much if you'd have walked your ass to a job. I mean, people just giving the dude hell, but he still sit there. And by God, he was getting it slowly, but I just, it amazes me.
I get in trouble. My kids, they don't. Well, Taylor, she likes donating. Like, I see a homeless guy, I'll give him money. I'm the first one to give him some money. Not a lot of money, $1 or $2. The boys are like, no, don't be giving your money away. I'm just that kind of person.
Well, I mean, and I'm not saying you shouldn't maybe help people. It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
I'm saying, though, to sit there and just throw all your humility out the window, bumming money, and people just, I mean, bashing the shit out of you. It's just, I couldn't do it
I couldn't do it
personally.
either. No.
And not even offering any kind of entertainment. They're just sitting there staring at the shit, waiting to see how much they're getting.
At least do something for the money, dance or something. Come on. Donate.
Entertain us, right?
Yeah, do a comedy show, something.
It's wild though, TikTok, man. You see some crazy shit on there. I gotta quit watching. If it wasn't for the funny videos, I would have stopped by now. I think I'd be done with it. What y'all think though? Did we miss any great events for Summer's Day? I seen Nana did a balloon release.
That was nice.
It looked kind of nice, and I seen she had a post talking about if you got one of the balloons, how to contact her and let her know where you got it at. I'm like, yeah, Nana, that's
you never know.
pretty slim odds of somebody that finding that, seeing the post. You probably should have put that in the cards with the balloon.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. Put it inside the balloon or attached to it.
10 minutes from my house, getting too close to home. Oh, I'm sorry.
Did y'all seen the awful? I'm sure y'all have, the dad that killed his 3 sons for no reason. That's awful.
Oh, what's his name? No, you didn't.
In Ohio, I know it was in
video.
Ohio.
I made the video about him. How you gonna look it up?
On your phone.
Oh,
My
what's that
phone's
dude's
about
name?
dead.
I know y'all heard about it. The guy that shot his 3 sons, lined them up. I made a video, and his name is just eluding me right now. Chad. Was it Chad?
I was gonna say Chad for some reason.
Dorner. D-O-V-R. Is that right?
Yeah. Dorman.
Dorman, yeah. Did y'all see that? Jesse said, you made a video. Yeah, I know.
He forgets. Bad memory. He's getting
I'm
old.
getting older. Things don't come as easy anymore.
That's another instance of these people going crazy in an instance, my opinion. I seen an interview with his dad, and his dad was saying he didn't have any depression or anything that he knew of. Like, he was fine. But we really don't know what was going on in his head. He might have been suffering, but still, it was just crazy to do that.
They call that, I think it's like filicide when it's a father, right?
Mm-hmm.
And man, it's just crazy that his dad was like, he would have had no
Reason.
clue that his son would do something like that.
Yeah. And it in a way, I think he wanted his wife to stay alive and suffer through it. That's why he didn't kill her. Shot her in the hand, but did not kill her. That's evil. Very evil.
Have you noticed how many of the kids are blondes? That's a good point. All Chris Coleman's kids were blonde.
Oh, really?
Them boys were blonde. Chris Watts, them 2 little girls were blonde.
That's
right?
crazy. I never thought about that, but yeah.
Who was the other one? Not Chris Coleman. There was another one. There was Chris Coleman, Chris Watts, and another Chris.
All their little kids are blonde. That's crazy.
That's what I was trying to remember, if the other one had blonde kids too, and I can't remember who the other one was. Who was the other Chris that killed his kids? Chris Coleman?
Chris Watts. I don't know.
Oh, somebody come on. Okay, hold on, Slim. Let me find that. See if you can find Selena's comment about her son.
We weren't paying attention. Hold on. Selena.
Yeah, I think it may be a way back. Seems like that kind of thing is happening more and more lately.
Yeah, people are just going crazy almost.
Very scared for my granddaughters. I watch them like a hawk. Yes, it's crazy though. Like the situations these are happening in, though, who would have thought it? Like this recent one, them little boys were 3, 4, and 7, and it was their dad. I wish I could think who the other one was. Now I can't think of it.
Selena, let's see. How far back was it? Let's see. Hi, Amy. I didn't say hi to you, but hi.
What about the little boys?
Or Angie, I'm sorry. Hi, Angie Davis.
Oh, hi, Angie. Cursed with Curiosity. Just Breed Joyce. Lisa Hamilton. Man, I wish I could think of who the other Chris was now. That's like...
He's going to be bugging you.
Yeah. Chris Watts. Chris Coleman. Chris Coleman's the one that worked for Joyce. What's her name, right?
I think so. The pastor worked for her. I'm looking through the comments of it.
She's looking for it, Selena. Saint is really working overtime with parents killing children. It's horrible. I tell you, me and Brandy have talked about that. I almost wonder, man, I don't want to give these people no kind of out, but just the horrific shit, like with Chris Watts being able to do that to them 2 little girls. And this guy, man, they say he just lined them up, and one of them managed to get away, and he hunted that one down. It's crazy to know that parents are doing something like that.
Thank goodness that little girl got away somehow. Charlie.
Harley heard the raccoon out there.
Versi, I didn't see your super sticker. I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Versi.
We weren't paying attention.
It just showed up on mine.
Oh. Selena, I can't see. I don't know. I can't find it. What was it about? I hate to ask you, and I don't see it on here. Can John read my comment? I see that one. Let me see. Look before that.
Yeah, it's way before that, I think.
We could do better with comments. I'm sorry, guys.
Chris Coleman. Darlie Routier. Her kids were blonde.
Oh, yeah. I can't find it. Let me go back this way.
That is weird, man. Well, how strange is that?
Now I'll click on it. It says live chat has moved. What does that mean?
I don't know. I could have found you want me to do it?
Yeah, find it.
We'll talk to everybody because I can't do both.
You can't talk and find something.
No, because I can't read and talk about something at the same time. Can you?
Pull up the chat. Yeah, sometimes. No, I can't even walk without spilling my drink. Really, I'm clumsy. Oh, thank you, Just Breathe Joyce. Thank you for the super sticker. Very sweet of you.
Oh, thank you, Just Breathe Joyce.
Here we go. My Selena here. I found, or she rewrote it. Sorry, Selena.
My son called yesterday. Said cops called his work and said lock up hospital, locked up to nobody in, nobody out. Pew pew. One cop passed the other, life flighted. Wow.
That's awful.
Cops called his work and said, lock up, hospital locked up. Pew, one cop passed the other, life flighted. Wow, Selena, I'm glad. Yeah, I hope I'm taking it your son's okay. Chris Coleman, wife and kids. Yeah, man, he's weird. The fact that he fell in love with that girl, he did enough to, because that's why I think he did it.
Yeah.
I don't think his was no demon. I think he was just.
It's similar to Chris Watts, the same scenario almost, kind of. They're two stories.
That's so sick to me, though, man, to do that over wanting
another woman,
a different life. I could see where you would be like, oh man, I have to pay all this alimony, child support, whatever. But hey, so be it. I don't see how in the hell a dad could kill his own sons because of something like that. And I think what it was on Chris Coleman's or probably Chris Watts too.
Killed his daughter one by one, and the wife. He killed 4, and his baby.
Yeah, there was an unborn.
And he, like in all the videos, he acted so happy and nothing wrong. Sick. These people actually think they get away with this stuff. It's scary, crazy.
Chris Peterson, whose wife was pregnant.
That's
Scott Peterson's wife, Lacey. You know, there's a big push to get Scott Peterson's ass out of jail, and that's got to be the dumbest calls I've ever heard of in my freaking life.
Yeah, that scenario is kind of similar too. He was wanting another woman too. He did all that, murdered Lacey and the baby.
Yeah, and Lacey was cuter than that. What's her name? Amber Fry.
But thank goodness Amber Fry came forward and she did the right thing. You know, if it was a little bit sooner, she could probably stop the whole thing.
You know, when you had Bradley, you had kind of had that Lacey Peterson vibe, the short dark hair, pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
That's about the same. Probably around the same era, wasn't it?
Probably. Yeah.
Bad stuff. 10 minutes from my house.
People are crazy. I remember the Lacey Peterson thing. It was around Christmas. I remember it been on TV. And I think it was, I was pregnant. It's around the time I was pregnant with Bradley, first baby. Bradley.
You know, I know a lot of grandmas watch us. And I'm telling you, the thing you and, you know, the kids' parents should be watching out for is social media right now.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot.
Taking our kids.
Yeah. A lot of bad people using it to take advantage of children.
We're guilty. We let ours on it way too much.
Yeah, more than we should, but you need to really try to stay on top of that. I think that's how a lot of sick people get the kids. Chris was supposed to be going to medical school, but wife called to check student housing, found out all a lie. I remember hearing that story too.
Yeah.
And that was like, what's his name? Josh and Susan Powell.
Oh, yeah.
Were their kids blonde? I think so. They're little boys.
Yeah, I think so. I think they were.
That's weird, ain't it? All the well-known ones.
Darlie Routier.
Routier.
I think hers are blonde too.
You know, and she got death, right? I guess that ain't never gonna happen.
With a chance of parole.
They're trying to get her out too.
I don't know if she got death.
Can't get death with the chance of parole.
And she didn't get death. Life.
I think it got downgraded, maybe.
Because she comes up with, she tries to get parole all the time. She don't get it.
Diane Down's kids were blonde.
Oh, that's who I was thinking about. I was thinking Darlie Routier, but that's him. They were blonde too, but that's who I was talking about.
That's getting about to get parole. Yeah, that's Diane Down. Darlie Routier, she last I seen was on death row. See, you get us all screwed up.
No, that's who I mean.
She was the one with postpartum depression. Who, Darlie?
Or Susan?
Scott Powell is who I was thinking of.
No. The one that drove her vehicle in the lake with her kids in the back. Who was that? What was her name?
No, it was Josh Powell. Right?
I think so.
It was Josh and Susan, yeah.
Then there was the mom here recently. She said she heard voices in her head and she killed her 3 little kids and jumped out the window, but she survived.
So much of that, man. It's crazy.
And she had planned out because she sent the husband to go get takeout and did it while he was gone. Sick.
I remember you telling me about that now. That's.
Yeah, they have her in the hospital on YouTube. I've seen her. Sick.
I don't know. You ready? You ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, you hear voices in your head. You need to go get some help, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially right after you had a baby. Get some help, please. You know?
Yes, I do. Sue Smith with the boys, John the Long Lake. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Was her kids blonde too?
Yeah, I think so.
That's crazy, all of them. Of course, being fair, a lot of kids are blonde when they're little. I was.
The hair turns dark. 2 bars was out 3. Bradley's always been dark head.
Yeah, you're a clone.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, thanks everybody for coming. Thanks for watching. Thanks for
donating.
We appreciate it.
We do.
A lot. Helps us out.
Mm-hmm. We thank you guys.
We're going to try to do some more PM lives because we should come on more often. We really should.
We do. We need to. So.
But thanks everybody coming. Thanks everybody. Oh, hi, Rambling Rome. You got here at the end, didn't you?
Yeah.
Superhero loves the keys. Now everybody's rolling in.
We're getting ready to roll out.
I'm sorry.
Rewatch, please.
Yeah, everybody rewatch. Thanks to all the people that do rewatch.
Yep. And y'all have a good night.
See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.